Today we're going over everything as we usually do. If this is your first time tuning in, what's up? My name is The Schiller. We're going to talk about the mainstream aspect of the potential breakthrough for Web3, some banks collapsing, and whatever the hell else you want to talk about. So let me know in the chat if you guys are here. But let's start with one of the big stories out of the day yesterday that happened after we got off the live stream. And just in New York Community Bank stock trading halted after crashing 42%. 42%. And people are out here saying that crypto's volatile. Holy sheesh. Now, as we're going through these different arguments, I always like, trying to add a perspective to it. And we've very, very much gotten away from the, this is going to replace fiat kind of notion. It's just, hey, everybody's wanting to get into crypto because the dollar or, money's being made within the space. And so that's the thing. But you don't really see anybody saying, oh, yeah, the banks are collapsing and kind of like highlighting that aspect of like why this is starting to become more and more favorable. It's not just because, the price of things is going up. It's going up because people are questioning the dollar. Yeah, Shay, good morning. Their Galaxy Mint pulled in like 100 mil. Hold on. What? Were you guys around for World of Women when a bunch of bros made PFP for women by women? And only dudes bought them because everyone thought eventually women would want to come and these guys would made tens of millions of dollars. Listen, there was this whole ordeal yesterday where Binance made this commercial that was like about women. There was all these things. And it was just like, it was a really weird day across the timeline. And listen, you buy what you like, you create whatever narratives you want. And listen, yesterday was a day that, we all got to come together, but it felt like there was a whole lot of hate across the entire timeline. But this reminds me because we've had the notion about the money and the teams from previously, right? When you talk to almost anybody, Tarzan, what's going on, my guy? How are you? When you talk to anybody, they always say, we don't want the old things. We want whatever's new and shiny. And so my immediate rebuttal to that is, well, okay. So you want to buy the hype and speculation of something that's new, and you think that it's going to be done faster than the people that started much before then? I don't really understand that argument, right? Like, I think I need to move my chair up a little bit here. Yeah, I'm short. Shh. But like, okay, so for example, the Galaxy Mint, it's got 100 mil. For how many other collections out there, how many of them did a second collection? And are they not putting that to good use? Is there something that's going to happen? I'm not willing to throw to the side all the collections from back in the day when they were, to the heights that they were, and obviously came back down. But we do have kind of the recollection now of like, okay, how much have they produced in this time? Are we willing to kind of jump on this new team? Have they give us the reason to? That's the question, right? That is the question that we have to ask ourselves today. Now, I'm always trying to highlight security because it is the most important thing in your journey within Web3. Here's a super shitty story. Today, I lost 90% of the on-chain portfolio I had built up over the last 3 years. I clicked a bad link to check my wormhole eligibility. Looked like it was from the official account, but I think it must have been a reply to the official account. I was on my phone while waiting for my youngest to get off to sleep. I know not to sign malicious transactions, and I didn't think I had. But MetaMask on phone can be slow and temperamental, and I guess I was using it while lying down and fingers slipped. This is why I keep highlighting about getting Wallet Guard or one of these things. I don't think it's safe to do anything on your phone. I've had people that I know who's had their entire account compromised because for whatever reason, their MetaMask, everything saved to the cloud. And when that got compromised, everything got compromised. So personally, I deleted MetaMask completely off my phone. I know not everybody is in a spot where, they can have a laptop or computer and maybe they're only on mobile. Totally respect that. But if you are privileged enough to be able to do things on computer, it might save you. Either way, I was complacent and I will regret not following better security practices for the rest of my life. Ape deeds, codes, etc. instantly drained. I ran down to the computer in a panic and VNETH is messaging me asking if I've been hacked, then offers to help. DMs and then starts a video call waking me through revoking an ether scan, asks me to send him screenshots, which as I'm in a panic, I stupidly do. Turns out the screenshot he asked me to send him had my private key and continues to drain all my remaining tokens in my wallet, but he also did it for my Sol wallet. I know I'm stupid for this, but in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking straight. Okay, so wow, this is a lot. This is a lot, right? So we have a compromise, and then you have a friend that I think they're trying to get help with, and you send them your seed phrase, and then they take everything from that. What is going on? Yo, Drool, what's going on? I don't use my crypto on my phone. F that. True. True it. Okay, so if you're curious about the Yuga ecosystem right now, because I know not everybody's in it, the first batch of AIP 304 funding is $3 million in APE. So what the hell does this mean? Within the ApeCoin DAO, people are allowed to submit proposals. I could go out there and be like, hey guys, can I get, let's just say 5,000, wait, no way, Ape's like $2. Let's say 500 ApeCoin a month, and I'm going to plaster my stream with like sponsored by ApeCoin, and I'm going to try to bring awareness to what's going on, including, let's just say, a special coverage of this, right? And if you've ever seen the Board Gazette, which is a Twitter account, they actually got funded through that, and so people try to put out proposals. And Machi Big Brother, who's a big whale within the space, put a proposal, AIP 304, saying, hey, let's go buy a whole bunch of the Yuga assets and put them in museums around the world. So this is going to turn into potentially floors moving up on a couple of them, with also some sell pressure on Ape, but obviously market cap super huge, so we'll go into the specific details in a second. But at current floor price, around 90 apes will permanently go to museums. This is huge. We'll get into the specifics of which ones he bought in a momentaro. Now, liquidity, the loaning. Listen, I think back in the beginning of February, I highlighted a clip from a guy, and he was in Korea, and he was talking about don't ignore the NFT finance wave, like NFT Fi. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. First time I've really heard of it, but let me try to be paying attention a little bit more. But as we know, there's a lot of concerns people have about, the blend lending on Blur, bend down. It always seems to be out the apes. So yesterday, every few minutes for the next few hours, a mutant will be liquidated. Brace yourself. So everybody's on this massive leverage right now. And I don't mean everybody, but a lot of collections. You can see people on the timeline trying to highlight and educate from that, because you do need to go to these certain sites to see. But there's a lot of things, especially some of the top collections, that are on massive leverage. That is supposed to be at the end. My bad. Okay. Peter Schiff, the ultimate gold bull, is selling Bitcoin ordinals. Listen, do you live long enough to be the enemy or your hero? And that, I don't know, there's some kind of phrase. Let me know what the hell it is. One thing you can do with your overpriced Bitcoin is buy one of 6 Golden Triumph ordinals currently offered for sale. If you think 21 billion Bitcoin are scarce, there are only 500 of these babies. Get ready, hodlers. These bad boys are going to the moon. So now we have Peter Schiff, who's like, Bitcoin stupid, go buy gold. Now he's selling Bitcoin ordinals. Listen, am I allowed to say grifter, or is this just like brilliance? I mean, I don't know which. I mean, to be honest, I've watched some of his shows before, and I don't disagree with certain things he said, but I'm always like, man, why is this guy hating Bitcoin? What the hell? Okay, meme coins will be a thing until retail gets wrecked. Truey. Everybody I know is in like meme coins right now, by the way. Like full transparency, almost everybody I talk to, they're like, yeah, we're buying meme coins because it's a hot item. We're going to get more into the narratives in a second. And retail has barely begun to show up. I agree with that. It's mainly just kind of the traders that have been in the space before, but now they're getting more comfortable with spending again. Then alts become a thing because we tell retail they got wrecked for not doing any research. That's what I say all the time. True. Facts. And investing in actual builders. Then retail gets wrecked by alts because no one actually uses any of this vaporware. Okay, listen. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree with this. But I think that there are definitely some things that aren't vaporware. But I would agree with the sense that certain alts are extremely overvalued already currently, right? Like before we really kind of take off here, I think there's a lot of things that are overvalued, but we'll kind of keep going here. Then NFTs become a thing because we tell retail it's all about art and community. True. Community, buzzword. I'm a bee. Buzz. Then retail gets wrecked because we don't actually care about any of that shit and just enjoy gambling and making money. Then the cycle ends and you're either happy, depressed, or numb and gone. Ladies and gentlemen, what a thread. That was magnificent. Dido, thank you for that. Let me give that a fat liker. Okay. For some bear market PTSD, the second largest NFT sale of all of 2023 was the monkey key for Dookie Dash when it was just, well, so for anybody that doesn't know, there was this huge thing where there was a lot of esport pros that actually went out and got paid by people that wanted to get top rankings on this. And Mongrel, the Fortnite pro, ended up winning this, made a whole bunch of timeline woozies and wazies. And for the other thing, pop quiz, and I read the comments already, so this is a cheat code. I didn't realize this. What was the highest sale of the bear market or 2023? I'll give you a second to think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was that like goose ringer. Remember that ringer that one like super famous guy on X that has like the hoodie punk? He bought it for like 19 million or something. It's crazy. If anybody's got the goose, let me know. Okay, I want to bring something to your guys' attention. If you have musical talent, if you have written talent, if you have whatever, this is the time to show off what you have. Okay, so I'm scrolling my timeline, right? And I'm like, okay, this guy's playing guitar. Let me just click on it. So let me share you with this person's talent. Now, I can't do that. But listen, that 5 seconds of my time, that was pretty cool. So seriously, if you're out there, if you have any kind of talent, now's the time to tell the world, and you'd be surprised how supportive you might find people if they think it is cool. However, on the flip side, man, people have been judgmental about this. Holy sheesh. So the Forbes Inner Circle got released, and I don't know necessarily how they picked these people. A lot of them kind of like Spaces host overall. I think it's an interesting list. Half of them I don't really know at all, to be completely honest with you. But look at this. Mr. One and Only Cloncast, the Cool Cats artist, made the list. Cool Cats are mooning, right? Right? Okay. This is a 2-minute video. I'm not going to play it all. Divine, we like the cats, true. And it talks about booms and busts. And yesterday I tried to highlight what Kevin O'Leary said, it was maybe the day before, and he said crypto is the next sector. All right, so booms and busts for sectors. This guy makes a TikTok, this is from several months ago, saying like work's starting to dry up, there's not many like housing foundations that are going up, and then he does one that's like 5-6 months ahead, and he's like, yeah, there's pretty much no jobs, this and that and the other thing. And it's weird when you look in the perspective way of like 4 months ago ain't nobody wanted to touch that crypto stuff, but now everybody's into it. Just in, Arizona State Senate is considering adding Bitcoin ETFs to its state retirement portfolios. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? That's very exciting. Because people, this is the way that people start getting acceptance, right? Because, hey, it's somebody that people trust. If this is your state retirement portfolio, hey, this Bitcoin's a part of it. Wow, suddenly I like crypto after being someone that doesn't like it. I'm talking from the perspective of somebody that potentially, is retiring in Arizona. Shell, do I hold Bitcoin? I am minting the ink on BTC. So yes, currently I hold just a little bit. Blockchain. The answer to the question, what if everything you did online was a taxable event? This is a phenomenal question. Why is it a phenomenal question? Because a lot of the stuff is games, right? And we're moving things back and forth. Does this just get like separated, right? Because before, we kind of have okay, how do things get taxed, right? And you're like, okay, here is kind of this. If you do too much trading, we're going to categorize it as this. Every country does their own thing. But we have these games and things and arguably everything has some kind of value, even if it's a cent, right? Like think of Top Shot, how like the bottom moment's $1, right? Let's just say you swap moments with somebody. Obviously, then you kind of go into this, and it's something that it's early stages, but when does the classification of the classification change for everything? Wolf.game as getting some updates. If you guys remember this was the hypest thing back in the day. Wolves were earning, people were earning like $100,000 a day having wolves that were collecting wool that people were super excited about. Obviously, amongst the mania, it came down a little bit, but things are getting back in here. Wool up almost 100% on the day. I'm curious for you guys, for the different tokens and things that you're into. How have you been doing? It's felt like this entire week has been kind of a green week. Not sure if you guys are having, I guess we'll call it success, if you will. Until we see that kind of craziness, it doesn't feel toppy. Agreed. I very much agree with that. So if you guys are wanting to play, they said tomorrow, and they got this guy that's at the table. So I'm curious. I don't think they have any like free to play versions. And that's something, to be honest, is when are we going to see like free to play Web3 games that are branching out, I guess, because we're seeing like tutorials for things that are happening, but is there ever going to be like a full-blown explosion of these games that all of them offer free to play, but there's significant perks for holding those NFTs? And maybe they're already out there and I'm just not educated on this. Now, the bundle, right? Like I want you to think of a bundle here. Like when you go to Swiss Chalet, right? And you can get the bundle. So you get the soup or appetizer, you get the dessert on top of it. You got to get a drink with it though. You can't just get a water. They're always very specific about that. And you're like, okay, that was a good experience. We are going to see bundling of big platforms, games come together. And so Jonah here highlighting, so Coinbase will be an exchange and Web3 game launcher. That's massive. I'm glad I hold my coin bag, and it shows within their Coinbase app, I guess, that you can play parallel within that. And that, listen, that is cool. I think that we're going to see more and more partnerships that actually matter. We've gone through a huge wave where people just don't care. When you name a partnership, hey, we're working together. Woo! This is exciting for like 24 hours, then nobody gives a shit, right? So I think these partnerships that happen now are actually going to be of something that's meaningful. Yes, that's the next big boom, in my opinion. Bro, you got major energy. Do you take any meds for that? No. No, I just I enjoy talking about this stuff and hope you guys do as well. Appreciate you tuning in here. And again, we do this every single day, Monday through Friday. This cycle seems 10x more degen than 2021. Agree or disagree? People are aping into things they know doesn't do anything and won't ever do anything. Listen, I say it, I get called a fool. This guy says it, and you're like, let me like his tweet. Let me like his tweet. What does that mean for the ecosystem? Well, as I highlighted the other day, somebody was talking about how we're going to have potentially this rotation to quote unquote quality alts. What the hell is quality? Well, it depends. If you do a little bit of DYOR, you know what I mean? Yeah, a little bit of DYOR. So this is an interesting note though, because I have people that I think are amazing, right? But I'm already starting to see the conversations kind of about, you know, like take profit, this, that, and the other thing. And at the same time as like we're starting to move here, and like that's great, right? I totally agree with that. We're like having everybody be like, this is the super cycle. This is going to be 10x. This is going to be 100x better. The dollar's about to crash, and we are going to Swiss LA after the stream. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's crazy, the hype and attention of everything. And so there's more perspective tweets that I have in this. I got another one from Zeneca here in a second, but the crypto wealth transfer is in full effect. Money generally flows from left to right, from naive to wise, impatient to patient, and lazy to hardworking. So as a personal story, from the impatient to patient, you know, as I've said, since I started streaming at the beginning of January, specifically for the show, I was like, listen, I've watched all these stuff. I've tried to consume what everybody said and try to formulate opinion. I think I'm okay where I am. I know things are going to moon. I know that there's going to be FOMO around. I'm just not doing anything. And currently, I am absolutely thrilled that I was patient and I didn't jump into the other things, even though I know, and I've seen other people that have done insane numbers on things. And I love seeing that. Love when everybody wins. Okay. Magic Eden has officially killed and replaced OpenSea. Is this fake? The best offer on OpenSea for a Bored Ape Yacht Club is 5.214 ETH. I feel like that's fake. I really feel like that's fake, but it might have been there just for a second. So let's go and check here. So 18.2 is the floor. Yeah, okay. Listen, we got baited on that, or that was maybe just a thing for half a second. But we'll get into more things about the Magic Eden Marketplace in a minute. The world right now, it's absolutely on fire. Us over here, we're back. Killer meme. Absolutely incredible meme. I love to see it. So Machi's proposal to use $24 million of ApeCoin DAO's treasury to bid BAYC, MAYC, Punks and Other Museum, where the artist is in full effect. Two wallets funded with $4 million in Ape. Pretty massive bid for apes when they need it the most. So my question to you is, do you think these are museum worthy? So when I'm kind of going along, I'm like, okay, this one looks kind of good. That one's kind of clean. I've always thought the droopy face mutants look a little strange, not gonna lie. Do museums like the high eyes? Are people going to be judgmental about that? I mean, the gold grin looks like you just haven't brushed your teeth in a while. To be honest, like, I mean, listen, some of these are okay. That one's all right. But for museum worthy, listen, I don't know. I don't know. It's sad how most of the world still hates crypto, though. Yeah, and I think it's just about perspective, right? Like, I think everything, whether I say something you agree with or disagree with, if we had like a conversation and we tried to change like each other's perspective on like why we think that way, it would change. But there's a lot of people that just don't want to have any kind of perspective change in their life, like at all, right? And so that's where that's where things get a little bit interesting. Okay, shout out JVB with the funny here. I'm finally getting noticed on LinkedIn. Customer service specialist at McDonald's viewed his profile 2 days ago. Hell yeah, JVB. Good luck on the gig. Wow. I highly disagree with this article by Bankless. Node Monkeys is not the first 10K collection. That is highly debatable topic as a particular group of individuals in the ordinals community believe they got to define what the first 10K means. Okay. Yes, I'm saying Swiss Chalet. It's great if you've ever had it. Is that what we're doing? If you want to. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, I don't care. It's, everybody has their own decisions about things that they like, dislike, agree with, or not. But I made a tweet the other day, and I'm going to try to find it if I can and do this live. And this is never something you should do. Schiller verse first. I have a tweet from Mo Meta in my face. That is not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay, so I made a post a while ago saying hijacking this post just to highlight how many things are or claim to be first of something. We create narratives for why something has value. Okay. And so within this, we have Blast who's saying that they're the first Web3 reputation system. Now, obviously, there's a caveat saying implementing blast yield technology, but technically there's other first reputable or reputation systems out there. For Lulu, they're saying they're the first generative on-chain mixed reality companion. That seems like a whole hell of a lot of extra words there to get to the point, but okay, fair, they might be first. Pulse Punk saying the first NFT minted on Pulse Chain. Again, I think that's correct, and this one is the first NFT project on Solana. So all my point with bringing up the Node Monkeys thing is like, man, people got to stop caring about the first thing. Like, I mean, everybody's just saying that it's first. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. What the hell is White Spot, by the way? I'm not familiar with it. Now, obviously, Machi's out there buying apes, but we also had a huge gold ape sale, 246 ETH, $934,000. Again, these are the sales that are going to make the headlines to people that are not in the space. I stand with Yuga, but please don't buy Artifact. Think about it. Not this in particular, but Yuga bought a whole bunch of companies. How many other companies out there have massive treasuries? Maybe I mentioned one earlier. Don't think they're selling, right? But think of other ones out there that could be acquired that might try to get rekindled. What do you see for things to happen within the space from the big dogs? Not the first time Apple has let a fake wallet app through its app store. These scams tend to go after your seed phrase, general tips, check out and review, how long the app has been published, and don't be the first to download something. What? Apparently, there's a fake Magic Eden wallet app on iOS and Android. So, another reason to try to stick with the PC, Mac, whatever you use, if you're able to. But I think also for Rabby Wallet, I remember a while ago they tweeted saying, we don't have an app that's out there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We're PC only. And so, I mean, Apple, they're kind of getting a little bit of a ding here. They're getting things approval that are complete scams. So shout out to Harry Swan, who brought this up in my Discord a little bit earlier, because we're starting to see more and more mints happening. The Invincibles, the journey to become invincible awaits. Apparently, this did sell out. It's on Magic Eden. Of course, they linked to Discord and no website, but Magic Eden is also giving them a bonus of 25% for Diamond. I saw somebody earlier talking about how there was this huge washing of Froganas for like the Magic Eden diamonds. So that's a little rough if that's happening and wrecking everybody. But this is weird, right? So we have things just minting from Magic Eden now. We're getting, we had the run of OpenSea doing their own thing, and we have some massive collections doing their own thing. But for the ones that get hype and everything else, is it all coming through Magic Eden? Well, here's another one. Ink on BC, they just announced their mint price. They kind of did a it's 0.01, but it's going to be a little bit lower than that. And we're starting to see more and more ordinal mints, just mints in general, and Magic Eden being a big part of that overall. So there you go. There's 2 of the mints right now. Now this is, I have a short on my page where I highlighted that somebody, I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but they tweeted out saying that they got hired by Yuga Labs for this creative position. Everybody responded to it being like, congratulations. And then they had a repost saying, I didn't actually get the job. I'm just manifesting it. And now I understand why people do this. I just learned that a project recently hired a director of games based on this person's previous experience working for Gala. The problem is, of course, that this person had never worked for us. Check references, people. Everybody's freaking lying. That's crazy. Tarzan, you seen the new Mintify NFT marketplace on Blast? Looks really nice. Ooh, no, but if I haven't gotten to it, like it's at the end, we are going to talk about Blast, so stay tuned for that. Okay. I'm scrolling Facebook last night. That's stores on Facebook. That's crazy. And the Chelsea football account is freaking hacked. And I'm like, okay, like, are they giving out a token? Like, what's like, listen, I'm not stupid. Like, okay, I don't have my MetaMask on my phone. Let's click the link and see what it looks like. Right? Don't do what I do. But again, so I go into it. And it's like all these like flashing things of like airdrop, claim now. And then on like the top right corner, it's ding, 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 ding of all these people claiming. And it was like, wow, okay. I don't know if this is just like the way that they're like designing it to make it look like everybody's doing it, if those are actual transactions, but oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on? So the reason I want to bring this up, as similar to the security that we went over earlier of somebody losing all of their stuff on the one wallet and then getting a friend to help where they literally screenshot their seed phrase, I don't know how, and then they lost everything over 3 years. We don't want that to happen to you, right? And I think you guys are freaking smart, right? Like, hell yeah, bro. But what is not kind of, you know, your responsibility, but yeah, maybe kind of is the people that you bring into the space, the people that you talk to, the people that you don't know, watch the shows that are interacting on Twitter every day. Be vigilant, look out, be proactive, tell people, hey, here's some quick notes. When you are trying to go and do anything on X, don't look at the comments, go through the official links of things, make sure that you have other people that are following them. There's no free airdrops whatsoever. It's usually very noticeable when there's something that is legitimate versus not legitimate. When you see these kind of links and stuff like on Facebook, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're kind of new within crypto, this is exciting to you. You immediately lose everything and then you're just done with the space. You don't want to do it. Listen, we don't want that. We don't want that. Get out there and be a part of that. Yo, Kyle, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. I love it. He's got to talk more about Futureverse and less this other shit. Listen, we're talking security. What do you mean this other shit? This is the most important thing of being in this space. If you don't have security, you got nothing. You got nothing. But let's get into that. Good. Okay, Kyle, listen. Okay, I hear you. Let's get into it. The best time to buy Sol was when nobody was paying attention to it. The best time to buy ordinals was when nobody was paying attention to them. The best time to buy meme coins was when nobody was paying attention to them. What is nobody paying attention to now? Do I even say, listen, go back to like a year ago. Some of my most popular videos when I was like, hey, this 15 minutes could change your life about this certain ecosystem. And then all of a sudden today, everything's up like 50 to 100%. So there's still things that people aren't paying attention to. There's still market caps and just general market understanding that people aren't paying attention to. There's market caps of a random meme coin that has a day of success that are the same as certain coins out there that have a robust ecosystem, that have several team members building on them with massive funding. And we're going to sit there and completely ignore all of it? Probably a lot of people are, but I got all the info on my YouTube. Just scroll back a little bit. You'll see some of the cool things. Okay, sneak peek into Illuvium, Overworld's upcoming beta feature. So the question is, what do you think about how Illuvium looks here? It feels kind of Pal Worldy. Like, is that a... Hold on. That's kind of loud. Is that a weird take? Like, it feels like it looks kind of like Pal World. With, like, the further away and things feel like it's, like, shorter. It's not, like, super aggressive in that kind of sense. But it looks like it's got superly large. That's not the right phrasing. But it's got, like, a lot of depth to it. I thought the game of, like, playing, right, where it was, like, Teamfight Tactics was, like, okay. But I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to actually learn all this stuff if I want to properly enjoy it, per se. But there is another game that's trying to put itself out there to get more people within blockchain game. Tarzan looks good, but empty. Yeah, it does feel like a little bit empty. The gunshots for how slow it was felt a little strange too, especially ATOM cars when they finally roll out the game. Yeah, I think ATOM cars look super, super sick. And are people going to care more about what they look like in their metaverse vehicle more than their in-person one? I think truly. Punk. 6915 has a new bid of 900 ETH, $3.4 million. We saw the big alien sale happen the other day. Now we're seeing this again. All these grails, when they start moving, that means the market is starting to heat up to a new level. I highlight narratives all the time. Did you notice in the past week a specific narrative? BAYC is dead. Pudgy is dead. Solana is dead. Ordinals are dead. Shitcoins are dead. That I disagree with. ETH NFTs are dead, and gaming NFTs are dead. I've literally seen all these in the last week. Guess Web3 is over, y'all. We've had a good run. And all I'm trying to highlight here is everything is run by narrative. And so forever, everybody's preaching, Bored Apes are the best. Buy ApeCoin at this price. Then, recently, Pudgy's moved up to 20 ETH. You got to get a Pudgy. It's the best thing. Solana's going back over 100. It's the meme coin world. This is the future of finance. And I think Solana's doing fantastic. So I don't know what the hell he means by that, but I think he's just like explaining in general, right? And I think that it's just, I don't know. For me, it's always when I see these things, I'm like, damn, like, what is the narrative right now? How long is it going to last for? Is it just like FUD hour, or is there something more to it? More Yuga Labs lies? What? Who would have thought the sewer would be so popular? Personally, I never thought I would see the words Apple and broke together. So this is from former CEO of Yuga Labs. I'm not really sure his position, but Faraway tweeted saying, "We broke Apple. So many people tried to download the iOS DDU closed beta build that Apple shut it down. We're working with Apple to get the iOS build live for the masses, and we appreciate your patience. As a result, we'll be extending the tournament for an additional 72 hours from when we regain access from Apple." Now, everybody, I am nervous about going on the comments here. This is basically, this sums it up, but it goes like way further in the depths. You did not break Apple. Your app is more than likely under review, more than likely crypto related. Just keep it 100. We have multiple iOS apps using both our token and NFTs. Users have been downloading our new update as recent as 5 minutes ago. And all the comments are just like, man, why are you guys lying? You didn't break Apple. Just be transparent about it. And it's like, damn, like people care. Like if there's one thing about Web3 is people are stupid passionate about things, and they'll be like, hey, what'd you just say? Is that true? They find out it's not. I'm gonna tell. What are your thoughts on N.G? I've listened. Holy dude, I was all about the nodes for that. Green Genie. Listen, where the hell is Green Genie? We got to go to Germany. We got to find that stuff out. That's tough though, man. That was like one of the worst things that's happened to me within the space. Okay, so no bias, as he says with the Yuga PFP, but there is no NFT out there that has garnered the mainstream and cultural attention, good or bad, like Apes did. I really think there will never be another BAYC type run unless it's the BAYC again. I don't understand the end part about saying like there's no way there could be another BAYC run unless it's BAYC. That seems kind of naive, right? Like we don't know what can happen. That's very subjective. But my argument with this, and I could be wrong, is did Top Shot actually garner more mainstream attention? I don't think it necessarily took any kind of like culture attention. And I don't even know if like Apes really took a culture attention, right? Because Apes were supposed to be the street brand. They had like some cool merch drops and whatnot, but I don't think it was like out there of like, hey, people are acting completely different because, you know, there's these apes or whatever. Like it was just like, okay, there was like a couple of celebrities that had them as their profile photo and you kind of go from there, right? So I don't know. Did NBA Top Shot or BAYC have a bigger mainstream attention grab when it was? Can you do a live boxing match on Next Legends? We can, but they go like super long. So I don't I don't know if it'll go super quick. But with that said, if you guys do have a Next Legends boxer and brain, they are live. And the question really is AI gaming going to take over? Is it something that people are going to get hyped up about, kind of like we're doing here? Would you guys watch if we go and do a game of watching AI characters duke it out? That's the question. My thesis is that once broader crypto and meme coins get boring or stagnant, which could happen pretty soon, capital will flow back into NFTs. Well, the question is, when everybody has all these massive crypto gains, what are they going to do? Are they going to take it out to fiat? Why do you guys think everybody screams take profit? Because people don't do it. They go and they rebuy something else they want to get, and a large portion of that potentially is NFTs because, well, if you got into meme coins and this other altcoin stuff, I mean, you're probably also in NFTs. I mean, I'm just saying. I've been packing all my NFT bags over the last few days. We'll ride them to Zero or Valhalla. Talks about a couple different things within there, but you know, I kind of agree. It's just we're having like a slosh of liquidity literally all over the freaking place right now. Quick life update. This one's crazy. Excited to share I'm joining Coinbase as their first ever sponsored trader to advise on the product development of their new perp and spot trading platform. I mean, I feel like they probably had to offer this guy an absolute freaking bag. And I mean like an absolute bag, because there's probably some kind of stipulations about like what he can trade, or maybe it's transparent. I don't know. I feel like there's just something kind of weird about it. Now, do you guys like TikTok? I am on TikTok, by the way. I don't post a whole hell of a lot on there, except when I do some different shorts you'll see on the timeline, but it's at Schillerverse as well. But did you see our statement on the latest TikTok legislation? This bill is an outright ban of TikTok, no matter how much the authors try to disguise it. This legislation will trample the First Amendment rights of 170 million Americans and deprive 5 million small businesses of a platform they rely on to grow and create jobs. And I think, you know, regardless of your take on whether you like TikTok or not, there is a lot of people and businesses where I remember I ordered like candy from some shop in Toronto because they had like, you know, the barrel, the guy was putting it in. I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't even know those shops exist, right? So I definitely like agree with there is a lot of small businesses for that. But they got community noted and saying the bill bans apps that are controlled by a foreign adversary. Any app, including TikTok, that chooses to sever ties with entities subject to the control of a foreign adversary will no longer be impacted by the bill. Oh my goodness. So we'll see. Does that mean that TikTok's out of here? Does that mean it's good? Sheesh. My theory with AI gaming is it's still so slow and you need good hardware for it to run smoothly. So it's going to be hard for it to really take off. That's phenomenal take. If I was hiring for anybody, you'd be absolutely hired. I agree. I tried running one of the card game like garages, and I realized I had like my browser set the wrong way, but then I had like my dad do it because I gave him one of the ATEM cars actually, and he was like, yeah, my everything kind of like just freezes, and I tried to like see if it was the browser, and it wasn't. It was just kind of, you know, a laptop that can't run it, and it's like, damn, like I wonder if there's going to have those modes for that, but there is still that technological barrier with everything getting more advanced. So again, great talk. Yo, Pickle, yo, what's going on, Pickle? How are you? Who's made a milli with this Bitcoin rebound? This guy? Yo, hell yeah, dude, love to see it. Now, please buy my bag, sir. But no, love it. Yo, are you on leverage trading? Yeah, you have to be. There's no way unless this man's been buying back at 10K. Okay, so we're not questing. We're trying to give a quick explanation for the Blast ecosystem. This is a really good write-up here from Adam. So you deposit ETH to earn points so you can do stuff with additional projects to earn different points. Some of those projects let you deposit the same ETH to earn even more points while simultaneously earning the same original points. You do this to earn multipliers and gold, which people want but aren't really sure why they do it anyway. You're welcome. Okay, so we're still back in this kind of big point system where we don't know, right? So across the space, everybody's offering points. We have Magic Eden with their diamond rewards. We have Blur with their Blur/Blast rewards. We have Blast with the rewards that they have. We have Parallel Finance that's giving out points that have no insight on what that's for. What other ecosystems you guys can think of that have point systems? But it's funny, like, is the point wording a legal justification for something, right? Like, we've seen a few things where, for Moai, as an example, Moai Finance with XRP, they had it where you could get like the V pre-mine for Moai. And then now they're changing it to points. So it really feels like the points lingo is just a cover up for any kind of like legal reasons here. Yeah, it literally cooks my MacBook whenever I use it. How have you found MacBooks with doing stuff on Web3 games? Are they all open for it, or what's the dealio? Okay, so the next thing I wanted to go over here, and we talked about it, I think, yesterday super briefly, is this Coachella thing with OpenSea, right? So we're talking about like mainstream adoption, right? And so Coachella's got 1 million followers. You probably heard of it, big music festival, but they're doing their tickets through OpenSea. A shell from a forgotten sea has been discovered deep beneath the fields, granting holders access to 2024 VIP Festival Pass in the new Oasis Lounge, a serene space offering exclusive bar benefits with limited complimentary drinks, shared lounge, and more. Only 1,024 VIP keepsakes are available, minting for $1,499 in AVAX. Final AVAX equivalent price to $1,499, US dollars set 24 hours prior to the drop. So they're forcing people to buy Coachella NFTs with AVAX. Is that not the strangest thing you've heard in the past month? Like, I mean, first we had the Dwight Howard NFTs that, like, he started launching like shitcoins and then immediately rugged the liquidity on them. And that was a little weird, right? But I mean, we've got 28 sold so far out of 1,024. 34.2 AVAX. This is like the first time we're seeing something as big as this. I think, at least in terms of like a mainstream adoption type of realm, Coachella keepsakes are virtual objects with the power to unlock never before seen festival experiences. From now until the festival, collect keepsakes and use their power to craft your unique festival journey. From now until the festival. So after the festival, it's cooked and done? Potentially. That's going to be it for this edition of XFeed. I appreciate you guys coming through. Kyle, Pickle. What do we got in here? We got Pony, Hoddle. We got Trader Pops. Yo, holy sheesh. Sorry, I didn't even realize he came in the chat. Tarzan, Luke, Divine, and yo, Damepo. Hell yeah. I think that's everybody. Yo, Shay. Still going? Yeah, all right, we got everybody. Listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in again. If you're wanting to support the channel at all, if you're on YouTube, if you hit the join button, it's like $2.99 a month just to help support the stream. Or if you're on Twitch, there is the free Prime sub if you happen to have that. Of course, we will be back tomorrow as per usual, but enjoy your night. And don't forget, 30 minutes max in an hour, and in 30 minutes, Bildo is doing the space. If you are in the Futureverse ecosystem, where he's going on with Miss Gecko, who's a part of a different ecosystem. So if you're wanting to go out there, get more Futureverse content, there you go. Again, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.